As you may know, we are showcasing a Sarah J. Maas licensed small business each week, and this week we have a great one for you. We want to give a big shout out to Pins of Marvel and Magic. They are a very unique small business that makes the coolest merch like stickers and figurines for your bookshelf. Make sure you use our code goodishgirls10, that's goodishgirls10 at checkout for 10% off. And we're back. Episode 2. This is part 2 of our Fate, Fortune, Fire series. Welcome to the Goodish Girls, guys. I'm Dallas.
I'm Alissa.
We hope you guys liked last week's episode. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah,
This
it's
is our.
fun.
It was a lot of fun. It's a good book. It's got a lot
It's
of
a
really
really
awesome
good book.
things. It's got a good vibe, and I'm here for it.
Since then, we've also interviewed Hazel,
We did
and
interview
I'm
Hazel.
so excited now for everything that's to come in
Yes.
all of these series. Oh my gosh.
It's going to be amazing. Her
Yeah.
interview will be out soon. So this episode will post first, and then almost a week later, her interview will post. So be on the lookout if you want to hear what Hazel has to say about this book, some upcoming books. And you guys know me, I like to push for the information. So I think we got some spoilers in there. I think we did. Not anything
Classic
crazy, but a
Dallas.
couple really good ones.
It wouldn't be a Dallas interview if she didn't at least ask for
Yes.
some info.
I have to put it into the world because I'll regret it if I don't.
Yeah. No regrets.
No regrets. I love it. Yeah, no, it was a great interview. She's fantastic. She's amazing. I think you guys are really going to like it. So make sure you're following along so that way you don't miss the drop of that one on our podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Audible, all the places that you can get your podcasts. Yay. All right, let's dive into it. I'm ready. I've been waiting all week for this.
I'm
Okay,
ready too.
so end of last episode, we have Amira. She found out that Fiorian killed her adoptive family. Basically, she got on Dragonback. She's full of rage. She flew across, and she was taken captive, and now she woke up in this weird strange place, and she has no fire magic. So that's kind of where we were at with like a little bit of a recap of where we ended. So in this, we know that she now has to be very careful about what she eats or ingests because the one true religion, again, I'm always going to do quotes for these guys. I can't help it.
I love the quotes.
They're
I'll
they're
quote
yeah,
with you.
one true religion.
Get out of here. You guys suck.
Can I get that in a sticker? One true religion.
Yeah.
So they like created this powder magic stuff, and they're poisoning her essentially to where it blocks her fire magic completely, as well as the bond from her dragon, Terea, or aka the Terror, which is wild that they can even have the capability to block that kind of stuff. So this next part, I had to take a beat. I had to take a moment when I listened to it because she is not only being held captive, she is then put into a forced marriage with Fiorian to become a princess instead of a queen and to be used as leverage because her father is bringing her army towards them, and he also has a dragon, and he will not burn the place to the ground with her in it.
It's like this happens so fast too. Like she
Like
doesn't
the
even have
next
time to
day.
take a breath. They're like,
Yeah.
"And you're getting married now." Wild.
I was like, hold on. Hold on. That's not our girl. No. And she's reluctant at first, which I was like, yeah, be like, we're reluctant. And then she went with it, which surprised me because I was like,
Yeah.
no, female rage. We're not doing this. But I also, she did give us why,
Yeah.
right?
It's like a what's worse here? Like
Mm-hmm.
how what is the least of all the bad that I have going on
Yes.
for like going for me right now?
Mm-hmm.
And her reasoning is not wrong here. Like what else am I going to do? I
Yeah.
have no dragon, I have no powers, I have no contact with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I think that some of the people that matter most in my life to me are dead.
Yeah.
So now what?
Exactly. Like, what is the next move? She has no fighting chance, right? And
Yeah.
also, it's if it's gonna help her people, then she's gonna do it, even if that's like
Yep.
if it's at the cost of herself. So she's like, "Hey, what's gonna bring together our people? Hopefully, whatever's gonna do for our people." So I thought it was interesting. I don't know. I hated it. I was like, "No," and I was always waiting, which this book really made me self reflect on like feminism and that I claim that I am a feminist, right? Which I like love and I embrace that. And like I want my daughter and my son to be also like be feminists as well, right? But I was waiting the whole time for her dad to show up or her brother to come in and save her, which I was like, no, I want her to save herself, right? So it really makes you
Wow.
kind of look at
Snaps.
it. Yes,
Yeah,
that's your
no,
does.
you're
I'm
right.
reflecting.
It's true though, because how many pieces of media do we consume, whether it be of just media, not even like real world, of
Mhm.
just media do we consume where we're like, but where's the knight in shining armor? Like,
Yep.
who's going to save this girl? Even if
Mhm.
it's a person point of view, you're like, okay, but like someone needs to save her. Even like go to like Akatar. Farah's like in these trials in the first book, and you're like, but where's Tamlin?
Yeah, why isn't
Like,
Tamlin saving her?
why isn't Lucian coming back? Where's Rhysand? But
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
no, like, no.
Mhm. Yeah.
Why can't she just save herself? So,
Do you feel like Nesta saved herself?
ooh. Um, I th- I would think so overall.
Right? More than the others,
Not
right?
not without help, but like there's nothing wrong with help. There's also
Yeah.
nothing wrong with your knight in shining armor. It
Mhm.
just no woman should be pre-programmed to think that they can't do it on their own,
Mhm.
whatever it is.
Yeah. It sucks that it's the expectation of
Right.
society is that a man will come and help you,
Right.
right? It's very
Like that.
interesting.
Yeah.
It makes you think about some things.
I think that's one of again, and I said this last week. I think that's one of the reasons this book is so important because you
Mhm.
have a bisexual, like tall, strong woman who doesn't need no man to save
Right?
her.
Mhm. Yeah, even if she
Um,
has to make a hard choice, right, that she doesn't necessarily agree with.
right.
So, I
I
think
think
that's yeah.
we need more books like that.
Mhm.
We just do.
Yeah, this is not your
So thank you,
typical,
Hazel.
like, fantasy, romantasy book that you're gonna get off the shelf, right? And I love them all, like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I eat that shit up, but it is nice to have a book that does really make you self-reflect on you as a woman or things that are going on in the modern world or, like, how things could possibly be different or what, like,
Yeah.
a woman goes through in a true matriarchy.
What's great about this book is you can dive into it and escape your real life problems the same
Mhm.
way you could a typical romantasy book, but you're coming out of it, like you said, self-reflecting or feeling more empowered or whatever it is.
Mhm.
So you're like you're getting more out of it than just escapism. And there's nothing wrong with escapism, like
Yeah.
or like the fantasizing or the romance aspects. And there's nothing wrong with
Mhm.
any of those things. But it is nice to come out of it being like, you know what, I can do this for myself. I don't need help.
Mhm. Yeah. You could really learn to resonate with Amira,
Yeah.
and I love that. So,
Yeah.
speaking of Amira, more things are going wrong for this poor woman. So, again, she's taken hostage, she's being forced into marriage, and then she is accused of literally killing the children of the royal family because they are all sick AF. She's obviously not killing them, right? She's like, I literally wasn't even here. I just got here. But someone is definitely doing something to these kids because they're all, again, they're incredibly sick. And I know that when you guys hear the interview, we talk a little bit about some of these graphic scenes in this book and with Hazel. and we did kind of talk about a little bit about like they're not there to shock you, right? But they're there to really show important things of the book. So in this book, right, they throw like a kid in front of her that is not there anymore, like an unalive child, and that I had a hard time reading that, right? Even especially as a mother. So for her, this woman to not only again. She's taken hostage. She's being forced into marriage. All these things are happening. She doesn't have her fire magic. The bond is blocked. And now they're like, you did this. And they're putting it right in front of her. Wild.
Also, someone who from the beginning of the book, loves children, like
Mhm.
loves kids
Yep.
and cares so much about children, which I can't imagine. I cannot imagine somebody putting the blame of that on
Mhm.
me. I cannot fathom
Yeah.
the reaction you would have to that.
No, there's no way. I was
Mm,
like, how did she even handle that moment? Right? And
right.
she did handle it, but like, wow. That's some
Yeah.
strength right there to still keep it together somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Right? So she she's like, "Hey, I'm not doing this to these children. Like, I don't know what's happening, but it's not me." They obviously don't believe her. But she then has to try and figure out a way through the royal court system and everybody in it. Most of them hate her, right? Because she's accused of killing these boys. Some of them tolerate her because they see something in her or are tasked with keeping a watch on her. Like she's not allowed to be alone. Someone from the royal family has to watch her at all times, right? But most are trying to kill her, such as obviously the priest from the true religion. So I thought that was interesting that like
Air
they are
quotes.
yeah, always quotes. Yes, the true religion.
Just for the people that aren't watching and are solely listening, I'm just letting you know the quotes are there.
The quotes are there. Every time you hear the words true religion, I will have quotation marks in the air. They are there. I'll make sure to post a short of this to our social media so you can see it.
We should just do a cut of all the times you
All the
quoted
quotes.
within these episodes.
So somebody please, we got to put that together. I can't. I love it. Maybe Maddie will do it for us. She's so good at that kind of stuff. Yes. So again, people don't like her. They're following her around. She's no privacy at all. And this is where it kind of gets interesting with Fiorian, right? Like he doesn't like her, but also he has more maybe patience for her than others. Like I don't know if at this moment he like saw something in her or or what, but he starts to like give her a little bit of grace on things, right? And we do start to get somewhat attached to him. Especially while she's in the castle and on their wedding night specifically because he doesn't force her to do anything as we expected him to and his brother to force them to do, right? But he like cuts his hand to put the blood there, all the things to make it look like it, but then never actually touches her. But
I
then
think
go ahead.
I I think this probably has something to do with, like, his upbringing as
Mhm.
well, because we talked about this last week, like, he's so devoted to his family, but just treated so poorly
Mhm.
for his entire life that I feel like maybe that's where some of the, like I don't know if pity is the right word that he
Right.
has for Amira or, like but isn't just, like, a complete monster, and you
Mhm.
start to see that.
Yeah. But
Um,
then I also was like, is it again more like self-reflecting? We are now applauding for doing the bare minimum. Thank
yeah.
you for not forcing her. But I was like, no, we shouldn't have to do this.
Yeah.
But we do it every day.
Yeah.
It's yeah, I this
It's
book really threw me for a loop.
I mean, and I think that is part of the, like, enemies to lovers trope sometimes. Like,
Yes.
if you really remove yourself from it and think about it, there are a lot of times in enemies to lovers, the enemy's doing the bare minimum, and you're like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Then if you, like, take
Yes.
yourself completely away and reflect, you're like, "No, like, you're still a jerk."
Yeah. Oh
You're still kind of
no.
a jerk. Um But some of that, I think you just have to, I guess, like, let yourself just be in the book and not
Mhm.
not
Yes.
be like, "Okay, but you could do better."
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and again, we're always judging the FMCs. We're
Yeah.
always judging them no matter what, right? But, like, we don't judge the MMCs very harshly at all unless they're blonde. Then we're gonna judge them because we
Unless
know
they're blonde.
because
Get
they're blonde.
out.
You know I'm not wrong. You meet
Yeah.
the blonde one first, he ends up being the worst, and then you go with the one who has darker hair. Like, that's just how it is. It's just how the books are written, and no one told me that when Cass handed me ACOTAR, right? Which is where I was like, "I really like this Tamlin man. He's so nice." And then I was like, "Who's Rysand?" But, like, and after all the other books I've read since then, I'm like, "Ah, that."
I
So,
know what's
it's
coming next.
yes. I'm like, here we are. The only one that I'm like, that hasn't done that yet is the Lightlark series, right? Because it's the love triangle between the two. But who am I voting for? The one with the dark hair. Of course. Right?
Maybe but is it because you've just been conditioned that way?
It's both. He's been hurt. People hurt him. Grim deserves happiness. Oral will be fine if he's alone. I don't know if he would agree,
Okay.
but I agree.
Okay.
So again, so back to Furion, he also seems to be somewhat of a kind person behind the persona, right? Um, he has this like wall up, and he puts up with a lot from his family. And we, as you kind of mentioned before, we learned that his father was super abusive and hurt his mother really bad and him really bad, which is why he has those serious scars on his face. I question, and I don't know if this matters or not, right? Like the abuse happened, it's real. He truly was a victim. His mom was a victim. 100%. Yes. Was his dad the way that he was because he was bonded to a dragon who had the madness? So therefore he was with the madness. Or was he like that prior before he
Hmm.
bonded? And it doesn't, I don't think it tells us. I just am curious, right? To know like,
That's a that's a great question. I never really thought about it. I just was like, "Oh, his dad was a jerk." Oh,
mhm.
his dad sucked. And but you could be very right because I mean, the further we get, the more we're understanding of how quickly it's affecting his brother.
Yes. Yeah,
So,
Evander's very
m
affected by it. Like almost immediately.
maybe. But then I also come back to my question of last week of why this dragon bonds to Evander. Uh, is it because he's, like, predispositioned to easily go mad? Because he already was, like, a not
Right.
super solid individual?
Mhm.
Was his
Yeah.
dad the same way? I don't know.
Yeah, and I still have that question as well. Or like, does did that dragon even have the capability to make a conscious decision to bond? Right? Like that
Yeah,
we know that they should have the decision to bond. They should be able to look into the soul of that person. But if that dragon wasn't in the right mind, what does a mad dragon actually think about? Right? Or like, are they
yeah,
even able to think about the person that they're bonding to? Or is it just, this is the first person, everything's a little bit blurry, I'm now bonded again?
right. Or, like, instinctual or something.
Yeah. Like I'm
I
supposed to be
don't know.
bonded, here we go.
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
then I still get so mad at her father, who's like, "Oh yeah, I kind of thought that was happening, but I'm glad you didn't bond to him like I wanted you to originally." All right, bro. Okay.
Uh,
No, absolutely not. So, as we're getting through this story, we Fiorian eventually arms Amira with a small knife to keep her safe because he knows that our two enemies, Sir Niran and Athar Alfred, are after her. These men are the literal worst.
they are.
The worst. We
They're
hate
they're r
them.
y they're written really well for you to
Yes.
only have a strong hatred towards them.
No redemption arcs for these men.
No.
I'm not allowed. I'm not
Send
writing
them
this
to the
book, but
Wicker Woods. Get them
put
out.
him in the wicker wood. That's right. Get him out of here. So eventually, we do learn the actual fate of what happened to her family, as well as the barkeep that she was kind of romantically involved with for a period of time, right? So we have Podrick Lachlan. are gone for sure via dragon fire from Fiorion's dragon. We do also find out that Fiorian didn't really have a choice, and this was all because of Sir Nairn. But Orla and the barkeep are still alive, and they are brought in front of Amira to force her to pledge her loyalty to the true religion. Okay. When they said, when her dad was like, oh yeah, Fiorian killed your family, I was 100% sure in my mind. I was like, they're not dead. They're all alive. 100. I was like, they're all alive. I'm fine.
I also felt this way.
I was like, I'm sorry. They actually did die?
Yeah.
I was really upset.
I
They really
also
died.
felt this way. Yeah.
Because I was like, no, no, not all of these bad things can happen to her. Like, they're definitely alive.
And yeah,
No.
I
Okay,
also
one out
felt
of the
yeah.
three.
Mm.
Yeah. So Orla is still alive at this moment. So is the barkeep. And so they, these men, these men. She's like, cool, whatever you need. Like, just don't hurt her, right? They kill her anyways.
This part got me.
I was so angry.
I know exactly where I was when I got to this part of the book and like how upset I was.
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
I was like, she
Like
agreed.
she already had her heart broken. She
Hmm.
has like the tiniest glimmer of hope seeing her again
Hmm.
and
Gone.
then gone.
I blinked a lot of times. You just have to like, you're like blinking, you're like trying to think about what just happened.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, it's like one of those where you like shut the book for a second and you're like, "I have to process this."
Yep.
And then you're like, "Okay." And you open it back up.
And I don't have to do that very often. Most of the time, I can, like, when crazy stuff happens in books, like, I'm good. There's only been this time, this instance, and one other book that I've ever had to do that to, and
Yeah.
like take a physical break for a moment to
Yeah.
be like, why? But then, like, it is something that those men would do,
Oh,
right?
yeah. It's
Like, it
not out
didn't
of
come out of
character.
nowhere. No, it's
No.
totally in their character.
Yeah.
Like, they morally black men. Like,
Like you
there
said
are no morals.
no redemption arcs here.
Not one. So again, as we know, Orla is unalived by the men, even though like Amira agreed. So that sucked completely. But they keep the barkeep and they put her down in the dungeon so they still have leverage over her, right? Because if they would have gotten rid of both, she would have been like, I'm out. I can't. But then they were like, actually, we're going to keep this one so that way we have something to hold over you. I hated that part. It really got me.
It was a
So
lot.
it was a lot, and she's trying to, like, heal from these things, and everything is being thrown at her all the time, right? But eventually, Amira and Fiorian start to kindle a little bit of a relationship, somewhat because of forced proximity, right? Like, they're legit married, they're together, she's literally not allowed to be alone. But he does start to see her to be the possibility of a future queen, right? Because she keeps saying, like, I am the queen. Like, this is my throne. This is my lands. Like, I have the right to be here, which we know that she is. We know that she's correct, right? He starts to agree, but he knows that his brother is not right for the throne, but he doesn't know how to go about doing all of this and making all of these changes without hurting him. He doesn't want him to die, which is fair. You know what I mean? Like, that's his sibling. So I guess I
Could you
get that.
imagine a Fiorian point of view here? Like the internal struggle of, wait, maybe she would be a better queen than my brother. Ah, but
Mhm.
I'm so loyal to my family, but I'm
Yeah.
starting to have feelings for her, you know,
Mhm. I'm sure
et
it's a struggle
cetera,
for
et
him.
cetera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Poor Fiorin is really going through it. Like, it's that's got to be tough. But he knows that he starts to know, like, she's right. So he finally makes the right decision and takes Amira to see the sick children that they're still talking about. Like, kids are still dying. So he's like, hey, you're coming with me. We're going to finally go see them. Because she's been telling him this whole time, like, I can help them. If you just take me to see them, I can see what's going on. Like, Orla was an incredible healer. and had
Right.
history of healing. She's like, I can help them, right? So she gets to go see the children because obviously they're still dying from mysterious illness, and she told him like she can save them. She sees that someone is giving these kids a noxious berry via the food that they are eating, but in small doses just to keep them lethargic and have them die slowly. So that way their suffering is long. So she knows immediately it's like these berries, right? So she kicks all the people out. They keep like one or two like maidens to help, and she's like, he can have this oatmeal basically, like this little porridge stuff, and you need to be careful of who is making this. And so that way there's no berries in it, and so the kids can start to heal. There is talk of her father doing this via the spies that he has placed throughout the castle. But Amira thinks that her father would never do that because again, they're literal children. And I was on the same page. I was like, there's no way. It's obviously the priests. It's
Yeah.
obviously the true religion doing this to make her look bad. I was like,
Yeah.
that's the only logical thing, right? So yeah, I it didn't, and they even kind of said that too, like, why would it be these priests if they don't want to hurt the male line?
Yeah.
So, but I also didn't understand. I was like, there's got to be some way, like, and I know that the priests are not above sacrificing anything
Right.
for the power, right? So, like, do I think that they would sacrifice future heirs of the throne? Yes, because they don't. I don't think they have any morals. They only care about
No.
one thing.
Yeah.
So, like, for them to be like, "Well, it can't be them because then they're, like, hurting the heirs." They don't give a shit about the heirs.
No.
They legit do not care. So,
No,
the
they're like
whole time, I
they're
was like, "That it has gotta be them."
they're figureheads at that point to them, right? Like
Correct.
there's no yeah, they're
Mhm.
not a they're not that doesn't cross any lines for them.
Agreed. And that's what I thought the whole time, too.
Right.
So, Amira finally stops ingesting the fire blocking substance, and so she has her powers back, but she doesn't really use them all that much, right? And even if she wanted to use them against the priest or anyone who conforms to the true religion, she can't because they wear a pendant that literally blocks the use of fire magic against them. Which is why, like, Evander and Fiorin can't wear the pendant because they have the fire magic, so they can't wear one.
Mm. Right.
Which I was like, "What is in this pendant? What do they have in there?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got some crazy powers in
It's
there.
also
So yeah.
it's also just funny to me because like of this like one true religion and them being like these other people are like it's essentially like a witch hunt, right? Like they're
Yeah.
like but it's you you know it's true because you're wearing a pendant. Like
Right.
it's not like you're being like it's all made up. Like you know it's true. This is
Mhm.
just a power struggle.
Yeah. Agreed. It's it's ridiculous. But just as things are settling down, right? She's getting a little bit comfortable in the castle. She's now doesn't have to be like with somebody at all times, right? They're giving her a little bit of space, a little bit of a leash. She is ambushed by Sir Nairn and Adar Alfred and a bunch of priests that break through a secret passageway. Okay, they pin. Okay, before I get into the scene, I this was another one of the moments that I was like, what is happening? So, obviously, if you're watching this, you've read the book, right? There are obviously spoilers, but here's a reminder that this scene was a little bit crazy. It was very graphic. Again, and not to shock you, like, right, Hazel didn't write this to like just scare us. There was a reason for this and a reason for what they were doing, but we are going to talk a little bit about the scene. So just if it was something you had to skip through or something that you made you uncomfortable, just kind of go forward just if, like maybe like
Couple
a minute.
minutes.
Yeah, a couple
Yeah, a
minutes.
minute or two.
And then we'll be back to like the regular part of the story. So, and I'm not going to give too many crazy details cuz obviously again, we know what happens. So, they pin her down to the table and they are trying to perform a religious medical procedure that will prevent Amira from creating any offspring. This scene went on for a really long time in my mind. In my
Yeah.
eyes, I was like every second what felt like an hour, and I was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for Fiorian to bust through the door, and I feel like it took him forever, right? And she even thought it. She was like, somebody's coming. And then she's like, nobody's coming for me. Like, no one is coming to help me because they didn't even know she
Mhm.
was in trouble. Right. And then when he
Right.
does finally make it to the door, he's with his mother, Catherine. Was she involved? Do we think that she was involved? There's no actual confirmation from her, right? Fioren's like,
Yeah.
no, there's no way. But Amir's like, yeah. Like, why else would she be with you in that moment in time, guiding you to a different direction? So, do you think she was involved?
Uh, I don't know. I I will just say this was written so well in that
Mhm.
you as a reader are feeling the same way Amir is feeling of like somebody has to be coming. Like
Mhm.
where are they? This is like you said, it felt like it went on for so long because as you're going through it as the reader, you're like, who's coming? Furion's coming. And then he like doesn't show up. And then you're like, is her dad coming? Like, is somebody gonna show up? Like, is the
Anybody.
dragon gonna be there? Like anybody? Hello?
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
I do feel it
Yeah.
was more realistic in a way. Do you know what I
Hey,
mean?
oh, for sure. Yeah, for
Like it
sure.
we didn't get the immediate fairy tale ending where no one touches her.
Mhm.
Like they do progress somewhat in this medical procedure and we don't know what the repercussions of it actually are. Even at the end of the book, we don't know like is
Yeah.
the damage
I would
extensive enough that she's
I
not
would
able to bear
assume
children now.
this is something that is resolved or comes up again at least in the second book.
I would think so because it was such a prominent scene and it was they were doing it to her for their own reasons. That was such a
Mhm.
huge reason. Right, like bearing a child. So
Yeah.
I would agree that it's probably in my mind come up in book 2. And I think Catherine was a part of it.
I was just gonna ask you.
Oh, I 100% think so. Tara, yeah, no. I do think that Catherine has been through a lot. Yes. She was abused. Again, she was a victim. I fully agree with that. But she also is under the thumb of the priests and the true religion and all of the things.
If that was true, does Furion know? Or does he find out in book
I don't think
2?
he knows. I think he might find out in book 2 if she was involved. And part of me thinks maybe she didn't know the extent of what they were planning, right?
Mhm.
She just goes
Mhm.
off of what they say, right? She follows. They were like, "Hey, make sure Fioren's not in this area. We need to oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like read chapters to Amira or like there's a word. I can't think of it. They do it to her most of the time,
Yeah.
like a lot of times where they like try to convert her,
Mhm.
like read the firepower out of her, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, every time she's like, it's not working. Like you're reading all these passages to me that it's not doing anything.
Yeah.
So they are probably like, we need to do this one more time, but we need him to stay away. And she was like, oh, okay, like come over here, right? Because she is like visibly ill when she's there, but I think that she was definitely a part of keeping him away in my mind. So both of the main guys break through the secret door while the fight breaks out and like regular priests are dying, right? They're, like Fioren's slaughtering. Amira is somehow able to get off of the table and run outside with a sword and confronts Sir Nairn. Bro acts like he has no idea what just happened and gaslights the fuck out of her. He's like sitting there like cool, calm, collected, like, what's up, babe? Why are you acting crazy? I was here the whole time. You're wild. You don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, I'm so glad that our generation put a actual definition and title on gaslighting. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I would have not known what to call this situation. But
Right.
that's what it is. I was like, absolutely not. And
Which is
thankfully,
just infuriating.
oh, for
Like,
sure.
yeah.
Like, what a card to play. And nobody falls for it, of course, right? But it was still so stupid. And so Amira finally gets justice, not only for her, but for her family by killing him where he stands.
And you as a
Finally.
reader are like, "Finally.
Yes.
Bye.
Get him
Bye-bye."
off the page. Give him the hook. Like, get out of here. It's like, I cannot handle this man anymore. So
Yeah.
things finally calm down, and Amira convinces Fiorian that she is right for the throne, and no more women in this territory should suffer at the hands of men that live in this castle. And he agrees, and they forge a plan. Fiorian is going to go to the dungeons and rescue the barkeep. He will bring her to the field where Amira will be waiting with her dragon to fly them back to her brother and father. Fiorian will stay behind and prepare the city to be claimed by Amira and her family peacefully without much bloodshed. Perfect plan. I'm like, that sounds great. Let's do it. So when she returns back to her brother and father, she is not greeted with the most respect like a queen should be, right? Adarian was kind and happy to see her, but still upset that she left without him, which like rightfully so. He's her brother, right? She's the queen. He was like, you should have just taken me with you. Her father, on the other hand, was rude about all of the things, and her father's right hand, who was also a woman, was super disrespectful to her orders. She was like, "Hey, I'm the queen. I'm here. I need to know about the army and what's happened and these plans." And she's like, "No, we're gonna wait for your dad." Like, excuse me? Absolutely not. And we should have all
Excuse me.
seen this as a red flag.
Excuse me. I am the queen.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Your literal queen has arrived. Tell me what's going on. She's like, "No, we're gonna wait for your dad." No, we're not. And
He's just my dad.
this right hand to her father has been with him for years. So it's
Yeah.
not like she doesn't know who Amira is.
Right.
So I just don't understand, which is why I think that again her dad understands that she is the rightful heir to the throne, but is still part of the patriarchy. Maybe unintentionally, right?
Mhm.
I think he
She
does believe in the goddesses, he does believe in all these things, but he just
yeah.
it's like programmed in him to do it the
She is
wrong
a
way.
she is just a pawn for him.
Yeah, which
It's not
sucks.
his daughter who he believes should be queen
Mhm.
because we need a queen.
Right, exactly. So everyone finally gets in the same room, and Amira explains the plan and sends her father's right hand woman and a part of the army to another area to prepare to take over, but to hold there and do not engage. Like, don't kill anybody, just hold until we go in and they're gonna conquer and take over and the city will be ready, right? Little did we know that her father gave the exact opposite order, and they are told to confront the army and slaughter them all. So even though, again, her father claims she's queen and that he respects her and wants everyone to follow her, he legit doesn't do any of the things. Right. So that way, when they all show up to take the city and the throne, nothing goes to plan. Lots of people die, and the city is not ready for surrender. Amira's first thought was that Fiorian had been captured by his brother and was imprisoned. She's like, "Where is he? Is he okay?" And
Mhm.
this is where I kind of was like, uh-oh, because she said it a lot of times where she was like, "Is he in chains? Is he captured? Is something happening?" And I was like, "Is he? Is he in chains? Is he captured? I don't know." Uh yeah, I didn't like it. And so she's stressed about him the whole time, right? And she's trying to fight her way through everything. We eventually find Evander on his dragon who ends up fighting her father and his dragon. Her father's dragon wins the fight and kills them both. So Evander and his dragon are done. The mad dragon has been put to rest. They eventually make their way into the castle and break through the doors to the throne room to not only find everyone standing around as if it was like a trap, but also to see Furion on the throne with his facial scars showing. I was like, bro, you're joking. You're joking.
Yeah. I was
Ugh.
like, "No.
No, Furion, why?
No."
Yeah, and girl is confused and heartbroken again. And she obviously questioned. She's like, "What is happening? What happened?" And they explain. This is where she learns firsthand all of the stupid decisions that her father made, right? Such as sending her army to kill them when she told them to hold, having his spies poison the children, which he did. The spy from the kitchen is caught. Like they find the spy and he claims that he is with the one and only true queen, which makes Amira look bad, right? Because Amira never gave that order. But we know that her dad gave the order and was like, "This is from your queen. This is for your
And
queen."
yeah, that's her team, right? Like,
Right.
these are the people that are in her court.
Yes.
that are fighting for her.
And not one person is taking her direction or including her in any of these things.
It's all reflective of her,
Yes. So
even
from
if even if she doesn't want it to be.
yeah, absolutely. And so from Fiorion's perspective, she did all of these things even though she had no idea, right? So he turned on her and is taking the throne for himself. Her father is ordered to stay behind to pay for his crimes against the crown, and she is banned to exile. Which tells me in that moment that there is still a kernel of Fiorian that loves her or cares for her or maybe I
Right.
don't know, like a smidge.
Right, he would have killed her outright
Right. Like get rid of him.
otherwise. Yeah.
Yes. And so they attempt to fight back, but the mysterious liquid that makes it hurt when you use your power is brought out. Like we talked about that in the last episode. There are different ways, and this is the final one that they have been working on where if the liquid touches you, you can still use your powers, but you are in extreme pain. So Amira grabs Adarian and they both bail, leaving their father behind. So we know that Amira's dragon bursts through the castle wall, scaring everyone but Amira, obviously. And they both get on quickly and fly away. We know that Adarian is now injured in the process and is bleeding out at a rapid rate. The fire magic is not available again, so he literally just has to suffer as they try to go home as quickly as possible. As they are leaving, Fiorion's dragon appears and is blocking his own army from harming them as they are leaving. Which again tells me, like,
Right.
he's not totally convinced that she did all these things.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, but he made the decision in the moment, I guess, for like maybe what's best for the people or his family for him to just take the throne on his own.
Right.
Which like I'm not saying it was a good decision, but like I try to understand. You know what
Y
I mean? Like
yeah, it's there's some depth there.
mhm.
Like, w which is what you would hope. Like, you don't want the character to be so flat that it's just like, I either care about you or I don't. Like, you want the depth.
Yeah.
It's just what happens next now.
Mhm. Right. And I have never read a book where they go from enemies to lovers back to enemies and I didn't know how to handle that. I was like turning the
Um,
pages and I was like, now we're in the acknowledgments and now the book's over. What do I do?"
you're
I was
like,
like, "What?"
hello?
I was like, where are you?" So, yeah, I didn't know
I
what to do with that. Like, ooh,
I am very much a person who consumes books and TV shows and movies, and I'm just kind of along for the ride. Like, I'll feel how the reader or watcher or whatever is meant to feel.
yeah.
It doesn't take much.
Mhm.
Um, so when the
Sorsha.
barkeep,
Yeah, Sorsha.
when she and Amir are running out and she's like, Fiorion's terrible. Like, what's wrong with you? And I, as a reader, I was like, no, 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 like, wait, girl,
Yeah.
you'll see. He's not that bad. And then you turn around like right after and he's sitting on the throne. I was like,
Oops.
oh no. It's like, oh
Actually.
no, actually,
Oh,
he
yeah.
sucks.
He's terrible. Yeah, like, "Oh, you've been
So
in the dungeons. You weren't there for the good moments.
yeah, I'm
Everything's
like, "You don't
fine."
know, like, just wait, just wait, he'll be here," and then you're like, "Oh,
It makes me
actually."
think, have you seen the TikTok where it's like, "He's the best guy around. What about the murders? What murder?"
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I thought of.
That w that was I was that TikTok.
Yes. You're like, "No, no, no, he's the best. Love him." And you're like, "Oh my god. Oh no." So, I still have hope that he will come around. I don't think Hazel would do that to us. But for now, this is where we are, right? What is the next plan for Amira? We don't know. Will Adarian survive his leg injury? If he doesn't, I'm gonna riot. No, I'm kidding. I don't
You
know.
can riot, it's okay.
I don't think she would do that for us either. It's fine. Everything's fine. She won't.
We'll see. We'll
No,
see.
I have faith. Does her father get executed by the crown or does she save him in time? Should she save him? Should she just leave him? Yes, that's my vote. I vote yes. Goodbye, dad.
Mm. Of all of your questions here, that's the one where I'm like, I don't know, man. Like,
R.I.P.
should he be saved? Should he die? Should she try and save him? Should she focus her energy elsewhere? He doesn't need to be in her court. He doesn't
No.
need to be making decisions for her. But
Right.
also she has no knowledge to make these decisions on her own or
Hmm.
what she needs. So
I think her and
I
Adarian can figure it out together, to be honest. I think
yeah,
they're very capable individuals and they've been through a lot, right? And I
yeah.
think this dude's just bringing him down, in my opinion. So, like, you don't have to kill him, but just leave him to where he is. He's gonna get executed anyways. I think it's one less problem. Amira had 100 problems, now she only has 99. That's my vote.
All right.
Get rid of him. Write him off.
I
I don't
love
know
it.
what's gonna happen to him. And also, final question: will the patriarchy ever be fully overthrown?
Oh, 100%.
I hope. I know it will eventually, but like,
The one true
when?
religion is going down.
Goodbye, one true religion.
Goodbye,
Quotations.
one true
And Megan like,
religion.
go down. Goodbye, one true religion.
Get out.
Goodbye. Get him out of
Goodbye.
here.
It was not nice knowing you.
Yeah, no. No farewells. Please let the door
Mm-mm.
hit you on the way out.
Good riddance.
Oh man, what a good book. That was a
Oh, yeah.
wild, spicy ride.
Yeah.
And we
The
will
book it's
hopefully
the
go
the
ahead.
book itself is a slow burn, which is why it's
Yes.
so good because by the end, you're, like, flipping pages. You're
Oh,
like,
for
"Okay,
sure.
but, like, what now?"
Yeah, what's happening now? And it's
Yeah.
nice because it had just the right amount of spice for being a first book of a duology, but also there was
Mhm.
so much plot in there that there really wasn't room for like or a necessity for more spice. And also
Yeah.
I do like, and I have not read this yet, where she had like time where she was able to like find pleasure, but there was not a man there. And I was like, that would be in this book. Yes,
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, snaps to Hazel. Thank you for writing this amazing book. We're so excited for book 2. And hopefully, we will find out an answer to all of these questions in book 2, A Queen Crowned in Flames. Hopefully, it'll come out sometime next year.
Yeah.
So exciting. Uh, Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. That was so much fun. Keep a lookout for our interview with Hazel that is dropping soon. She was amazing. She was so kind. Again, I think you guys are really going to like this interview. Also, keep a lookout because our next deep dive series is announced tomorrow. So keep a lookout on
Yeah.
our socials, our Instagram, our TikTok, our Facebook, all the things. You guys are really going to love this one.
And
I'm
that'll be
so
with our new
excited.
host.
It will be with our new host, Madison.
Yeah.
We're not going to see Alyssa's face for a
I'll
while.
be back. I'll be back for Brimstone.
Yeah, she has to come back for Brimstone. We're gonna do all sorts of fun things.
Yeah.
Brimstone will come out. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna deep dive it, and we're gonna have a good time. You'll see my
And
face
then
always.
yeah, and until then, just know I'm lurking
She's listening to all the things.
behind the computer. Yeah. I'm there.
She's always there. I think we
Yeah.
talked to you in our other episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't wait.
We're like, Alyssa, hi.
Oh my
all,
god, I love it.
all the things. I don't think you've edited that one yet, but you'll see it.
No,
You'll see.
I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm
Oh my
excited.
gosh. Ooh, yay. Well, thank you guys again for joining us. My name is Dallas.
I'm Alyssa.
And this was the Goodish Girls. See you later.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you liked this episode, make sure you drop a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. Hey guys, it's your host Alice from the Goodish Girls. You guys know I love to read, but sometimes with my busy life, I don't have the capability to read a physical book. I finally got a Kindle and I am obsessed with it. Because I love it so much, I want our listeners to enjoy it just as well. So I want to gift you guys Kindle Unlimited with your first 30 days for free when you sign up for a membership. Check out the link in our show notes to grab this deal today.